here's Monty, and welcome to the seventh episode of the season series where we go through all the NHL seasons in the alphabetical order. Today is the turn for the sixth team in the National Hockey League in the alphabets, Carolina Hurricanes. If you're not known for this series and you haven't watched this before, be sure to check the first six episodes from my channel. And in these episodes we go through the team's Wikipedia page, look some info from there, and then we also take a look at their team roster and possible prospects that may break through to the team. So let's get started with Carolina Hurricanes and starting with the Wikipedia page. And here we have it, guys. The team is from Raleigh, North Carolina, plays in the Metropolitan Division, Eastern Conference, was founded in 1972, and in 1979 it turned from Hartford Whalers to Carolina Hurricanes. So as we can see from this five past season how they were played in the league, we can see that their playoffs haven't even started because they haven't qualified. And as we can see from the past 2 years, in the 13-14 and 14-15 season, they were nearly bottom at their division last year and second last other year. And their team hasn't been that great. I think they've got decent players, but they haven't played that well, and they haven't got those youngsters to carry the team at the moment. Jeff Skinner was a couple of years ago when he got drafted. I think it was his rookie season. He was outstanding. But after that, he's become a little low. That's the same thing with Cam Ward. He was on the top of his game, I think, in the 06 season. I think that's when they won the Stanley Cup. Let's check it quickly. In Stanley Cups won, in the 05-06 season against the Edmonton Oilers. That was a really nice team for them. But that's nearly 10 years ago, so it doesn't matter anymore. And then Eric Staal's form. He's getting a little bit older, so I think that's why he hasn't played that much. They got a couple of years ago Jordan Staal to their organization. He's a really good player, and every player that I've said, these four guys, they still play the whole team. So let's take a look at the other players that may be in the roster. The speculations have been made by the Hurricanes, says NHL.com site. And here we have it, guys. Here's the team. I pick some players and then we take a look at them. If you wanna have an influence on these episodes, be sure to comment the players that you want me to go through and tell you my opinions on them. So there isn't that many great forwards in my opinion. Erik Karlsson, he's not the defender, so that doesn't help that much for Canes. Erik Karlsson, this Canes, I think I don't know that much about this guy, so he shoots from left. It says he's a young and maybe haven't played in the NHL yet, so we'll see how his career goes. Elias Lindholm, definitely one of the youngsters, first round pick, was the 6th overall some seasons ago. Very interesting player, Swedish. And Andrei Nestrasil, I think he came from Detroit about a while ago, last season or this season that just passed. Victor Rask, another Swedish center. Jeff Skinner, definitely. Hopefully he gets back to his old form. Last seasons haven't been that great for him. Eric Stahl, definitely on his highest potential, one of the most dangerous players in the whole league, as we saw in the 06 season, definitely. His brother Jordan Stahl. I'm not sure does Jared, is he still in the organization? Please do tell me. Sergei Dolchinsky, I really like this guy, a Russian lefty. I think he plays in the right wing position. Very good hands, great skating. Hopefully plays for the NHL team next season. Justin Falk has played for United States national team. Definitely one of the Canes' best defensemen. Noah Hanifin, last year's draft pick. I think he was the 5th overall in the first round. One of the favorite draft picks from last year, as you may have recognized from the other episodes. I got these favorite players in every team, and I really like prospects in these teams, and that they get some chance there. Ryan Murphy was a first round pick, I think that's 3 or 4 years ago. I think he still got potential, but it may have dropped a bit because he hasn't been that great for the team, and it's really hard to be great when the whole team doesn't succeed that well. And then we've got Cam Ward, definitely, and Eddie Lack we also picked because I think he came from the Canucks this season to the team, and now they got a good pairing in goal, and hopefully will succeed because there's a lot of potential in this defense especially, and these couple of Swedish centers are great, and hopefully they leave their marks after Eric Stahl retires. It seems like Eric Stahl might be 31 or so. He still got about 10 years left, but we never know how he plays, and hopefully these youngsters take their spot. But let's take a look at the players that I just chose. We've got Elias Lindholm. He was the 5th overall in the 2013 entry draft. Has played for Sweden's World Championship team and also played in the Olympics, so that's really good for a youngster like Elias. Has had a decent rookie season in the 13-14 season, and in the 14-15 season graded his play even more. 70 goals, that's great for this young defense center. Hopefully will at least score 60 points and will get more responsibility in the offense and play, because the Canucks have great centers in Eric Stahl, Jordan Stahl. As I said, they've still got both time to play in the Nationals, but hopefully these little bit younger centers also get the responsibility there. Same thing with Victor Rask. He was a 2nd round pick, okay. I have checked these beforehand, so there may be some mistakes, but hopefully I can correct them right. In the 2011 entry draft, he's 22 and had his rookie season last season, 33 points. That's decent, but minus 14 isn't that great, so hopefully he'll play better next season. Same thing with Elias. He also played in the World Championships, it seems like it. pretty good VHL season, so I think he's got the potential to be one scorer. Jeff Skinner, definitely the highest rated Carolina prospect. I don't know, can you even say anymore as prospect, but definitely one of the better young players for the whole team, as we can see from the rookie season 2010-2011, 63 points. That's amazing. As we take a look at this season, or the other last season before last season, Nathan McKinnon scored 64 points, and this season I'm not sure who won it, but there was Nikita Kucherov, and then there was there Palat, or were they the other season? Okay, I'm not sure who won the rookies this season, but still really great points. Last season was horrifying, only 31 points, 18 goals. He's got potential to be a lot more point scorer there, minus 24, very ugly in his stats. As we can see from these OHL seasons, he's definitely a point scorer. Hopefully the whole Carolina team plays better next season, because if they play this bad, they're going to be in the bottom of the league. Then Eric Stahl was a first round pick, second overall. Potential he had, still has. Last season 54 points, but minus 13. Same thing with many other seasons in the team, so he's played his whole career here. Nearly every time on the minus side, even on the championship season, when Eric had his best season, 100 points. Definitely nowadays can be a 60-70 point scorer if they get the chemistry right. I think Skinner and Eric Stahl might be one of the better pairings if they play together, and I think they should. And then we take a look at his brother. He's not that kind of a point scorer, but still can do points. 50 points in his best season for Penguins. Has played in two teams, now in the Hurricanes and Penguins. He's more of a defensive guy, great face-offs, and I think he's pretty physical, and he's a big guy, so why not use his size for his influence. Sergei Tolchinsky, the young Russian prospect, haven't played for Carolina yet, but as we can see from the last season in the OHL, he definitely had an amazing season. Also in the 13-14 season they were kind of similar, so hopefully will be another Russian Comet who will rise to be one of the bigger stars in the whole league. We've got that in Ovechkin, we used to have that in Kovalchuk, and that sort of players hopefully will come to be one of them. Justin Falk, definitely an elite defenseman, more offensive than defensive, but still can play in both, in power play and also in the other. And last season nearly 50 points, but minus 19. That's not good for a defenseman. And I think he also plays in the first pairing, so it's rough when you've got the first line defenseman on the minus side. That doesn't mean good. Noah Hannafin, last year's draft pick, as I've said before, 5th overall. These points doesn't tell that much. He has played for the US national team development program. So possibly one of the better Canes prospect in defensive side. I think he will not play for the team, but I think he already made a contract. I think he play the preseason and see how he goes there. If it's a possibility to play in the AHL, definitely there. Or if he doesn't, then probably go on some OHL. I don't know how the system works. He was a college player, so he may go there, or it's Noah and the Hurricanes to decide how it goes. But hopefully we will see him in the near future in the back end of the Hurricanes. Ryan Murphy, definitely young still, even though he hasn't had that great seasons, as we can see from this Kitchener Rangers 10-11 season. 79 points for the defenseman in Ontario Hockey League. It's very great. And after that, when he arrived to the NHL, he's played was it 13-14, the lockout season, I'm sure, but definitely didn't have a great season then. And last season also wasn't great, so hopefully he'll get some more responsibility next season and will play in the defensive or probably a second or third liner. But he's got, as we can see from the points, he definitely should be a scoring defenseman. 30 goals in this, I don't know, at least York Simpson Express Minor on, I'm not sure what league's that, but 26 goals in the Kitchener Rangers jersey. Cam Ward, little bit older goaltender, played for Hurricanes in the 05-06 season. Let's see it. Yeah, he definitely was the starting goalie in the playoffs in 05-06 because 23 games played. Has had great seasons. Many has been the main goalie for the team many seasons to come, hopefully in the future. Now there's seemed to come a little bit of rivalry when Eddie Lack came there. I think they share the goaltender spot because they're pretty equal how they play there, but hopefully still Cam can have very good seasons in the future. I think near the same age as Eric Stahl, and then the other goalie Eddie Lack, as I've said, Swedish, came from Vancouver. Canucks Carolina is his second team in his NHL career. Came here from like kind of nowhere, from Brynäs, played many years in the AHL, and then break through the Canucks goalie spot. I think he first was with Roberto Luongo, and I'm not sure who is in their net at the moment. Definitely not Snyder because he got traded to New Jersey some years ago, but that doesn't matter. Eddie Lack is now a Carolina player and hopefully will succeed. Those are the players that Hurricanes.nhl.com has recommended for us. Lucas Wallmark, I didn't notice him at the moment. He's Swedish, young, hopefully succeeds well. John Michael Lyles, experienced defenseman, also very great in his best season. I think he has also played for the USA's nationals team at some point. James Wisniewski, I think he has changed a lot of teams in the near future. He was a Columbus player and then he got traded to Anaheim and now he's a Carolina player. Still a quality defenseman. But let's take a look for the possible prospects that the Hurricanes.prospects has told us. And here we have it, Sebastian Aho. He's been very small last season, created the finishing goal that gave the Kärpät in the Finnish Hockey League the championship. Played in the under 20s team. Yeah, I think he did. And then under 18s. Evgeny Dadonov, I like this guy a lot. I'm not sure does he play anymore for the Canes organization, or does he play in the Russian Hockey League KHL. I still like his playing style, and I think those are the guys that I take a closer look. So Sebastian Aho, as I said, was last year's second round pick, 35th overall. Played in Kärpät Oulu, Finland. The points weren't that great, but this goal that he created gave Kärpät the championship. Very good player in my opinion. Hopefully will be one of the Finland's future prospects and will help the team. He's really small at this point. Hopefully we'll get some power and physicality more, because with the size and the skill that he has, he's not that special like someone like Brian Gionta, for example. He's pretty small but has that kind of scoring ability and good skating. At least he had that he could succeed in the league. So Sebastian Aho should get some speciality to his game, that he would be really dangerous. Evgeny Dadonov, he played for Florida Panthers for a while. We cannot see his stats, but was a third rounder for them in 07 season, and it says from a draft, so that's new info for me. But I think this is it, guys. We've gone through the Wikipedia, the roster and prospects. Now for my evaluation, how they go next season. In my opinion, this team isn't good enough to get to the playoffs. Sorry for you Canes fans, but it's going to be a hard season. Hopefully the youngsters get more responsibility. Hopefully Skinner gets his play right on track, but I think these defensemen aren't that great at the moment. They need to develop, and the goaltender pairing hasn't been enough solid in the past season that I could see them go to the playoffs. I think Canes should do a rebuild for the team. They're on the right track to give the young guys some responsibility, but it's just missing something at this point. I think that's about it for Hurricanes team. In next episode we go through the Chicago Blackhawks, how they will succeed, and I think it's time for me to end this episode. Remember guys, use on nothing. Bye.